Welcome to the Sword Art Online Wikia, and this is your introduction to Sword Art Online Volume 19, the first half of Alicization Side Story named Moon Cradle. In this video, we will briefly cover the timeline, main locations and key characters, as well as the events of Volume 19. The video will thus feature spoilers from the first half of Moon Cradle. Sword Art Online Volume 19 Moon Cradle is the first half of the 2-volume Interquel Side Story. Moon Cradle takes place during the maximum acceleration phase of Volume 18 Alicization Lasting. Being set entirely in Underworld, the book covers a certain murder mystery event solely from the perspective of Ronye Arabel, who acts as the protagonist of the side story, while Kirito, Asuna and other familiar faces will appear as supporting characters. The story of Moon Cradle takes place approximately a year and a half after the end of the War of Underworld and features two main locations: the Human Empire, which is now ruled by the Human Unification Council with Kirito and Asuna acting as delegate and subdelegate respectively, and the Dark Territory, now ruled over by Commander Iskan, together with his wife Integrity Knight Sheta Synthesis 12, who acts as the Human Empire ambassador to the Dark Territory. Now, apprentice Integrity Knights Ronye Arabel and Tize Strinen have been training in the Central Cathedral in Centauria to become full-fledged members of the Esteemed Order. However, their peaceful yet strictly training-oriented life changed when a murder occurred in the capital. Shocked by the news of a crime that should have been impossible to commit thanks to the still existing seal of the right eye, Kirito and Ronye set off to conduct a small investigation to solve the mystery, only to find traces leading to the Dark Territory. Meanwhile, Iskan, the 10th champion of the Pugilist Guild and now the commander of the Dark Territory, was not only busy working on a peaceful exchange between the Dark Territory and the Human Empire, but he was also tending to his marriage with the Integrity Knight Sheta, as well as their newborn child Lizetta. The last problem he needed at this point was a visit from a delegate of the Human Unification Council and his trainee Ronye Arabel, with news of a murder that could potentially spark up a war between the two factions again. With the memories of the War of Underworld still fresh in their minds, everyone was keen on solving the mystery before it would lead to a new one. However, the situation was quite intriguing. After all, the murder should have been physically impossible to commit on either side, as the Seal of the Right Eye was enforcing both the Imperial law in the Human Empire and the Law of Power in the Dark Territory. The last thing the two sides expected, however, was a kidnapping to take place within the Obsidia Palace right under their noses. For more on Sword Art Online, make sure to visit the Sword Art Online Wikia. Check out these other SAO Wikia features that we know you'll find useful, and don't forget to follow us at SAO_Wikia on Twitter for the latest news on the series.